Hey guys, here's part 10. Now, I found the page. This is what Sarah Skill signed. I also took a picture of her holding it to this page, and I even let her take a picture of the book itself, so that way she could look for it herself. Anyway, a couple weeks after Katsucon, Bethany and I, we met up at Tyson's at the mall, and we saw the movie Deadpool. Now, ahead of time, I saw 27 Mustangs. Now, anyway, I didn't fully understand. I mean, I liked Deadpool, but I didn't fully understand like why people liked him until I saw this movie where Deadpool, aka Wade Wilson, is played by Ryan Reynolds, and he's like a merc who gets hired to stop people from to do things. And there's this thing called a Deadpool where basically people bet on who's going to die, and his best friend, who's played by T.J. Miller, he's been betting against him, and he's been losing a lot as a result. And eventually Wade meets this girl, and one thing leads to another. They end up dating. They fall in love, and then he proposes to her, and around Christmas time, and that is when things start to go bad for him. He finds out he's got terminal cancer in the lungs and in his brain, and he's offered a chance to be cured of it and become like a super soldier, but he contemplates it, but because he doesn't want the love of he doesn't want his girlfriend to go through it, and he doesn't want see him go through, watch him ultimately die. So he decides to go through the program, where he meets a guy who calls himself Ajax. And during the surgery, and they're trying to unlock hidden potential abilities in people with this experiment, which is in one of those seedy underground hospital type things where something horrible happens. And eventually he finds out his name is Francis. And I should mention, within the first 5 minutes of the movie, you're laughing because of the opening credits, and he, of course, but anyway, after some additional things are done to him, it's eventually discovered he has a healing factor, but the experiments did a number on his body, making him look like deforming his face. And when he eventually does escape from the lab, after which he does so by blowing the place up, he decides to hunt down hunt down Ajax, or as he constantly called him, Francis. In fact, that's where the movie starts, him in a cab going to where Francis is going to be, and trying to intercept him and kill him. And of course, this movie is connected to the X-Men movies because it mentions Wolverine. But we also see Colossus and a mutant called Negasonic Teenage Warhead, who in the comics was just had psychic abilities, but in the movie they changed it more to fit her powers to fit her name, which I can understand why they did that. Because it was kind of stupid to give someone with psychic abilities a name like Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Anyway, he had former American Gladiator Gina Carano, aka Crush, playing Angel Dust in the movie. She had superhuman strength and durability, and she was really great in the movie. Ryan Reynolds did an amazing job. Morena Baccarin, who played Wade's girlfriend, did great did great as well. Likewise, the guy who played Ajax, I can't recall his name. Now, and I'm definitely going to be getting this movie on DVD. In fact, the movie comes out about a week after I shot this video. Anyway, and I was throughout the whole movie, Bethany and I, we were laughing, especially when Deadpool would break the fourth wall, and there were so many funny parts. One of my favorites is when he tries to hurt Colossus, and he ends up breaking both his hands and one of his feet. And it's really funny, and you gotta stay after for the credits because there's something at the end that indicates a sequel. Now, this is definitely going on too long. I'm sorry about that, and I got at least one more thing to talk about. This ends part 10.